Hello friends, welcome back again. This is part 2, and in previous part 1 I already described what is electoral bond and how its funding happened. Now in this video already I'm going to cover some fact and some information about electoral bonds and civil society and opposition view about electoral bonds and why Supreme Court strike down and call null, void, and unconstitutional. So, friend, in here also I'm trying to cover or say something in your mind that how electoral bonds link with Delhi liquor policy and how the Delhi liquor policy private player donated to political parties by electoral bond. So as you can see here also, this is two central agencies, CBI and ED. They are have absolute power or in their own domain to control or tackle corruption, scam, money laundering, hawala, and so on and so forth. Now, these two ED and CBI, observed by many political parties, civil society, ADR, Association of Democratic Rights, said that seems like cash parrot towards ruling and union party or union government. Their company seems like a cash parrot because they speak a master voice. So I am going to cover. Let's start. Electoral bonds related topics part 2. So, friend, please do watch part 1 to well understood about this part. So, do watch that. Now, friends, in this video, I will cover electoral bonds and other issues, other related issues, and upcoming videos I will cover like agencies like ED and CBI, PMLA, Prevention of Corruption Act 1988 and its amendment, Model Code of Conduct, and other bits extra knowledge. Now, as you can see in this picture, like this is a political parties, and the anonymous person donates some fund or some kind of money to political party. It means electoral bond have complete anonymity. So, friend, please do try to create own perspective or own creativity or own kind of thing that whenever you go through the newspaper, any kind of news article, any kind of study material, just create your own perspective about this type of image and other kind of thing. So, friends, here you can see electoral bond sample. For the sake of making you more understood, I just covered this sample. Seems like how electoral bond seems like. That's you can see here, electoral bond, and it is the in the form of promissory note. Yes, friend. So it is a piece of paper. Yes, friend. It is a piece of paper, but as a promissory note, like a demand draft. So, friend, earlier in part one already described, but I'm going to little bit for you. So, this kind of piece of paper, it means that any X means Indian firm or Indian corporate companies or any foreign subsidiary company established in India. Now, X can buy this promissory note from SBI, and after having this promissory note from SBI, within 15 days of time, they can donate any political party through the SBI, friend. So within a 15 days, they can donate. Now, friend, it's just a piece of paper. You can see here only political parties' name were given or mentioned, and but here you can see there's a complete anonymity. Who is X? It means that if let's suppose why is a foreign company or foreign entities or NRI or any kind of foreigner, they can told X just or Indian firm or any individual just go and buy electoral bond from SBI. Now this guy buy this one and donate to any political party, but we don't aware that the Y give money to X or Y have money from let's suppose from Z. So we don't know this kind of situation. This money come from where? It means it's kind of some kind of black money or illicit money gained from illegal activities or unethical ways they gain those money. So this kind of happened, friends. So just go through it. Just try to see how the electoral bond seems like. It's just a piece of paper. And also, friend, this is not interest bearing bond. It means if anyone buy this bond, it not provide any interest. Like in 15 days, this bond is time period. There is no interest provided to the individual or who can buy this electoral bond. So here, friend, why SBI sole proprietary or sole authority about electoral bond? You can see this image, friend. Just go through it. Why I'm telling this? Because due to complete anonymity, anyone can buy electoral bonds, and we don't know the money came from. Like it is like already illicit money or unethical ways having or taking money or income, or it is a black money or some kind of money laundering. We don't know which kind of money is it. It's money gained from smuggling, drug peddling, sex trafficking, or so many kind. We don't know aware about this thing. So now those black money enter in financial system by the bank, and how the electoral through the electoral bonds and donate to the political party. So this kind of thing happen. Friends, just go through it. Like anyone have black money, just come and buy electoral bonds and just enjoy the benefits. Let's suppose it is most trustable bank to public and big to fail, domestically, systemically important banks, but reality different. Yes, friend, just try to think. Already, I gave you a observation or the perspective I just want to create. You just go through it. Just try to understand. Now, here's some extra knowledge. It builds Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010 and its amendment in 2018. Yes, friend, just go through it. Just try to give here to make you how to interlink one topic to another. So the first thing, no contribution shall allow by individual association that is detrimental to national interest, like election funding. Election funding is really a national interest, friend, and no contribution going to happen, which is cause any security issues, any kind of mishap in the country. So just go through it and try to understand, friend. Now, as you can see in this picture, friend, expired electoral bond, but valid for only this political party, introduced by Ministry of Finance in 2017 and enacted in 2018. Yes, friend. So just try to create image of this. Why I put this picture for you. Just try to understand that why electoral bond expired, but valid for this only for this all political parties and not other political parties were not benefited. So let's move now. Other condition in Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Foreign Contribution Regulation Act allow donate by individual association in cultural programs, educational and social program with transparency. Yes, here is the catch. Transparency. There is always transparency. Good for everything, anything going to happen. So just kind of any philanthropic approach in social program, cultural programs, or educational things is allowed. Now, foreign contribution restriction in religious conversion, donation, seditious activity, IPC 124A. Yes, friend. It means seditious activity here means any kind of activities from words, gesture, any kind of thing which harm the national interest, any government, and so on and so forth is going to punish under this article. So there are no type of contribution which allow here which affect our unity, integrity, and sovereignty of India. So here, regional conversion donation is not allowed. And just I'll just remember, 1813 Act. What happened there at that time? Christian messengery allowed in India, and they gave those one benefit who convert their religion into Christian, and there are so many benefits. So things just try to interlink with the other things, friends. Why is so? What kind of determine the thing they make out. Now, prohibits donation to journalists, media, companies, judges of Supreme Court, High Court, and other subordinate courts, government servant, politician, and political parties organization. Yes, friend, here is the cat. Means in Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, there is a complete prohibition. But by electoral bonds, those foreign players can enter and can donate any of the political parties. So just try to understand from X and Y. Already I described that Y, X and Y and Z. It means that X can have money from Y and Z. Z is a foreigner, might be this also foreigner. how the money came from. So only X donate and due to SBI know your customer kind of thing. So just go through it, try to understand. Once NGO registered valid for 5 years, but ban on security issues, it can enable after 3 years of ban date. Yes, friend, you can just try to hear, like if any company established in 2020 or registered in 2020, then after 5 years, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Now, after 5 years, they have a renewal period. I mean, it means once any NGO registered, they only for 5 years. Meanwhile, friend, any kind of mishappening or any kind of ban on security issues, let's suppose in 2023 it banned on security issues. So after 3 years of it, they again going to renew, like after 2024, 2023, or 2020 six. So after 3 years of bandit, they're again going to renew. Now, here some clip or some kind of picture for you. Try to understand how the electoral was already I described or make you aware or understood about what is electoral bond. So just go through it. Who can buy Indian citizen, all private public 1% company based in India, and who can receive electoral bonds? Already 1% any of the political parties secure votes in Lok Sabha and state legislative election. So electoral bonds can be purchased in a year only 3 4 months, like window open for from 1 to 10 January, then 1 to 10 April, 1 to 10 July, and 1 to 10 October. But during France election time, is the window is going to open much more time. So as you can see, 1 to 10 April, and the election already the first phase going to 19 April. So just try to think, friend, why is going to happen and kind of things. Just try to think. And also on 14 April or 15 April, Supreme Court struck down this electoral bond. I will cover this thing. And now, only SBI has sole authority issue electoral bond from their 29 authorized State Bank of India branches. So, how to purchase electoral bond? Bond issued in multiples of 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, and 1 crore. So, friend, allegation from civil society and other political parties that say that from 1 crore, multiple of 1 crore by corporate companies, and they donate multiples of times any political party. So earlier 7.5%, 7.5% is capping. So it is removed when electoral bond come, and also the donation is much more beyond 7.5%, which is 7.5% last 3 preceding year, whatever the profit account. But this donates so much money, capping of 7% were removed after that, removed before. So they can donate so much money. Now, this is kind of happened in electoral bonds. Now, who purchases will at SBI at SBI branch or SBI bank can buy this electoral bond, and SBI no KYC details. Here is the catch, friend. Buyers purchase bond bearing only party name, but buyer's name not mentioned. It means anyone who buy this bond, their name not mentioned, but the bond or electoral bond goes to which political party, which it is mentioned. So already I had described, friend, that how the anonymity is created here, and this creates so many conundrum or so many kind of corruption sound like corruption. So think about it. The buyer if not mentioned only political party mentioned, it means who by whom for what. It means who we don't know, whom we don't know. It means, friend, we know who by for what, who by for whom for what. It means, friend, we not aware about who. It means donor name we don't know, whom for the what purpose they have, and also we don't know whom. We know whom is any political party. We are aware about whom. So just go through it that who by whom for what, and also here you can see that the bond have only 50 days of time and redeemable only by SBI account and notified to Election Commission of India. So just go through it and try to understand what is it. Now, friend, here's something for you. Election Commission of India appointment. So, friend, you all aware about that. that every three bodies in India, legislative, executive, and judiciary, they have work in their own domain, like separation of power. So, but nowadays something kind of changed. The legislative take back to executive, and executive, or both legislative and executive checked by judiciary, because judiciary work to interpret the law and watch the kind of a watchdog of India. But what happened in election commission appointment? There are allegations. There are so much allegation that due to political interference in appointment, and there is some nepotism or some kind of thing. After that, Supreme Court come with a guidance, or give the verdict that selection committee consists of PM, opposition leader of Lok Sabha, and single largest party. And after that, there is another thing, Chief Justice of India also in selection committee. But this, and after that, President of India appoint Election Commission of India or any election commission. So, friend, this going to be changed as India government make one amendment that is called Election Commission, and Election Commission India appointment condition and term. So in 2023, amend there's a law came, and the selection committee include PM, the same like Supreme Court verdict, and opposition leader of Lok Sabha or single largest party. And here is the catch, friend. Union cabinet minister. It means that both they belongs to the government or ruling party. After that, election commission or election commission of India appointed by president of India. So, friend, this kind of thing happening. I don't know. Everyone, Supreme Court and Parliament always tussle with each other. But always, friend, always remember that the constitution gave the authority to Supreme Court, and in India, Parliament is not supreme. While India is written constitution, and Supreme Court is absolute power or complete supremacy over the constitution and power to interpret the law and constitution. So, friend, let's move. Just try to think, friend, why I'm going to put this kind of thing. Electoral bonds purpose. What the purpose behind electoral bonds, friend? What the reason? What the purpose? Due to for transparency and accountability in donation to the political party. Yes, friend. Now, also reduce influence of private and corporate donors to political party. Yes, friend. Let's suppose like X is a corporate company and Y is another corporate company, and X donate 100 crore and Y donate only 60 crore. So, friend, it means that X donate much more amount. Only political parties aware of that this kind of donation from Election Commission of India from their account. They tilt toward the X. What about the Y? Y is going to be violated. It means violate the Article 14. So this kind of thing. But it is small company, and how much they donate. So this kind of happen. Fair field level for all political parties, like a race track. Yes, friend, you all aware about the race track, like here inner circle, outer circle, and then large circle. How the inner circle person stand little back, then outer circle little forward, then outer. This kind of thing. Just try to think, image how the in race track athlete were stand in their position. So this is a fair field level created to all the political parties. Democratic principles, values, how we earn freedom or become independent India in 1947. What the process, during the process of freedom struggle, there are so many freedom fighters, there are so many Indians who sacrificed their life for the independence, the values, the struggle, the novel features, whatever the values they put in electoral bond, the region. But as you can see in this picture, friend, these are where the freedom fighters who sacrifice to make India freedom and what we now are. So as of them, we are here. So this kind of values also enshrined in our constitution. No anonymity, no collusive and coercive person. So, friend, I will explain this one in later videos, but just try to go what is collusive and coercive, why coercive forcefully directly funding, or why coercive is reciprocity, win-win situation for everyone. That okay, fine, fine, you can do for this. I will give some kind of help or some kind of cash in kind. Or why the coercive like only cash or forcefully doing by someone. I will explain this in upcoming videos. Now, why now, friends? Supreme Court strike down electoral bonds. Why Supreme Court strike down electoral bonds, friends? Just think about why the Supreme Court do this. So, friend, here is the things: anonymity in funding with no transparency to voters. Yes, friend. The first point that you all aware that corruption, corruption equal to monopoly plus discretion minus accountability and minus transparency. Yes, friend, there is a complete monopoly of SBI and Election Commission of India. The voters don't have the know about the who paid whom for what, and there's complete discussion of SBI about the donor's name and who paid, how much amount were paid. But after electoral bond strike down, Election Commission of India showing the donation pattern. There is no accountability. It means if there is no transparency, how the people were accountable for the debt. So let's move. The Article 19, right to know, under freedom of speech and expression. Yes, friend. It means voters have right to information or right to vote. They have vote to any political parties for their as a choose their representative. But as the right to information, they have the power to right to know also where the money goes and who paid for whom and for what. So under freedom of speech and expression, there is also right to know as a right to information of the voters and public. ITI Right to Information Act 2005 means right to know donor's name, who pay for what, to whom. It's quote pro quo. It means saying why the political parties and why the corporate company paying so much amount to any of the political parties or any wishful political parties, whatever they like. Why they so much paying this amount? Yes, no. Nowadays, when no one can pay a penny of amount, no one can do a free kind of thing. There is no selfless work here nowadays. So why there's so much amount paying to political parties in multiple of times or multiples of donation they have done. You can see easier to private public company, wealthy individuals and foreign entities to make anonymous fund and get benefit. Just when already I described this, how example X, Y, and Z, like this is a foreign company, he paid Y a foreigner, then how Y paid money to X and X go to SBI and buy those bonds and in the we shop donate to any political party. So we don't know the channel as like a money trail, how the in how many hands the money goes and where the money can accumulation through the black money or through the corruption or any kind of money laundering or hawala transaction. So I will cover also what is hawala transaction. So as you can see here, there are the few companies, Source, ECI, and EDI, Election Commission of India, ADR. This picture taken. Now, as you can see, so top 8 donors in financial year 2022 and 2023, they donate this much amount, friend. Now, there is a make engineer and infrastructure like 80 crore in this year, in a 1 year, friend. There is already capping of 7.5% earlier, but electoral terms and this clause were removed. As you can see also, friend, there are the top companies who donate so much money. Now, there is also make engineering, also 60 and 20%. So, friend, now make engineering private limited is and its officers booked under corruption charges by CBI. Just go through it and see what the behind the why make engineering book corruption charges. Its officers from CBI. Let's move. Just go through. Friend, please go through this. Try to understand and try to make more aware about the things what's going to happen. Now, friends, electoral bonds like be comet tail, rather a money trail. Yes, friend, rather money trail. It means like this is electoral bonds and this is comet. So, friends, you all aware about that. Comet is made of ice, dust, and rock materials. So, whenever it comes nearer to the sun, it gets vaporized and is tail visible to public or people from the earth. So friend, as you can see here, this is the tail. It is visual from the earth to the public or any human. But in here, electoral bonds, what happened? Here is a source, and this is a here is a destiny. We don't know the money come from where and goes to whom. We don't aware about that. It means electoral bonds when come to voters and public eyes, we don't know visibility. It's invisible. We don't know. So it means like electoral bonds breach the public trust due to anonymity in funding, and we don't know how many middlemen or how many person involved to give or donate money to political party. Already described as X, Y, Z. Like you can understand that why there is foreign entities or foreign person, they can donate Y, then Y donate X, and it's X bar is born from the SBI. So this kind of anonymity happened. You don't aware about that, how many hands were going through it. So this kind of money trail, friend, you can see this is money trail. This kind of called money trail. So let's move on. Now, friend, civil society, NGO, and opposition party allegation or veracity, truthfulness. What about their views and perspective on electoral bond? Common cause and political activities describe biggest scheme in country, political and corporate. Next, it means muscles and money power. Just go through it and try to understand, friends. Corporate companies donate BJP NDA by electoral bonds to get contracts. This is allegation from one of many political parties. 33 companies donate 1751 crore to NDA, got contracts of 3.7 lakh crore. Yes, friend. 41 companies, after raid by CBI, AD, and Income Tax Department, donate this much amount before, but after the raid. But before they donate, before raid, donate 2471 crore. Just think, my friends, this kind of if the allegation is proved or is it true, it means this kind of coercive corruption means that we will give you benefit, but still you have to donate some kind of amount for our election campaign or for the election manifest, any kind of thing. 95% electoral bonds sold over 1,000 denominations. Sound like corruption or scam? It's up to you, friend. Just think about that. Mostly in 1 crore electoral bonds buy from SBI and sold to in political parties in multiples of times. Opposition said paid donation get business. Just think about, friend, is it collusive or coercive corruption? Just go through it. What is it? Try to understand. And after completing this video, I will cover in next video. After rates of central agencies, corporate shell companies donate more. Yes, friend. This one, just try to link it. So let's move on another slide. As you can see, friend, companies that 2013 violated. Yes, friend, in part one, I described that if any corporate company get eligible to donate any of the political party, they have to 3 years of establishment. Let's suppose, and 3 years of establishment, friend. Let's suppose any company like established in 2021. Now, after 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. After the date of establishment and 3 years of that, after they get after 3 years of establishment, from the date of establishment, they become eligible to donate any of the political parties. So, but friend, what happened in this situation? As you can see, Sort the Hindu, he starts overseas education consultancy. Date of incorporation is taken from Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So in 29 May 2023 and buy electoral bonds in 12 July 2023. It means only 1 month of establishment, they donate 4 crore rupees. And also you can see here, just go through it, see that that's an Infotech LLP established in 2018, 14 May and 9 April 2021, buy electoral bond and donate to the political parties. Only established from the date of year is 2 years, 10 months and donate 11.5 crore. Here also you can see, friends. So just go through it. This kind of violation of Companies Act happened in electoral bonds funding. Let's move further. Now, as already said, friend, in previous slide, that's anonymous and unknown source. We don't know the source where the money come from in electoral bonds and which party get benefit. So 66% of party funding unknown from unknown source, friend. Yes, friend. Total income of 8 national parties, 3,000 to 89 crore, friends. This is so much amount, friend. Now here you can see which political parties uh, get how much funding and in the year 2072 and 2022. Just go through it. There are also BJP. BJP largest donation get donated from corporate companies. So just have a look here. Just go through it, friend. This picture. Pause the video and just see it. Here the chronology of event in electoral bond is. Electoral bond scheme introduced in the Finance Bill 2017. After that, NGO Association from Democratic Reform lead petitioner moved Supreme Court challenging the scheme. On the various grounds, as issued a notice to Center and Election Commission of India (PIL) filed by the NGO. Means Supreme Court informed Center that is going to happen. There PIL public interest litigation filed by one of the NGO. Now, central government notified electoral bond scheme. It means 2018 electoral bond enacted or come to force. Electoral bond scheme amended to increase sale days from 70 to 85 days in a year. Yes, friend. Already I had described that during the election time, the window were open for much more time. Now, in 2023, Chief Justice of India, Chandrachud, refers pleas against scheme to 5 judge constitution bench. Here, friend, the 5 judge constitution bench established by Article 1, 4, and 5, just rule of the court. Just go through it, just see 5 judge bench seat, and after that, as Supreme Court reserved verdict, and on 15 February, SC delivered anonymous judgment annulling the scheme, calling unconstitutional, null and void, and scrapped the electoral bond. Now, friend, here is some opposition views on electoral bonds. You can see this is the grave charges the opposition party they shown. Just go through it and just try to understand this is going to happen or not. Just do it, friend. Just take it and just try to read with, learn, and try to understand this is going to happen. And try to after that link to your newspaper this kind of corruption or scheme going to happen. Why any of the political parties have lots of funding other than other political parties lag behind. This is violation of Article 14 or not. Just think of it, friend. Just think of it. Now, let's talk about Article 19. Here's something for you, friend. If we are an angel, no need of government. What it means, friend, angel here? It means if we have conscience, if we have a novel person, if we have a like a kind of virtuous person or high standard of morality, so we need of government. Just think and elaborate this phrase. Just try to understand. Now, Article 19. There are the few thing you have to remember: freedom versus reasonable restriction or restriction under Article 19, 2 clause. So, friend, as you all aware of that, there are there are the 6 articles, 6 clause in Article 19, and one clause were removed, right to property, and put in other parts after 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. They put in other parts. Just go through it. Now, in Article 19, there are a few articles like Article 19A. What is it, friend? Freedom of speech and expression. It means freedom of speech. You can speak or you can express yourself with the words, with the gesture, or also right to silence. 19B, friend. What is 19B? Right to assemble. Right to assemble here it means to peaceful assemble or peaceful protest without arms or without having arms or arms. Now, 19C, what is, friend? What is 19C? Just think about it. Right to reside. You can reside or settle any part of the India, but there's some restriction. Other one, the right to movement. You can right to movement any part of the country, also reside, but there are some restrictions. So just think about inner line permit, friend. What is line permit? You need permission from the concerned state for some kind of activities. So let it be. Now, another is right to profess any kind of profession or right to trade, right to occupation, any kind of occupation, but there is reasonable restriction. So, friend, here the reasonable restriction on the ground of public peace, health, morality, and also on the name of unity, integrity, sovereignty, and security of India. If any kind of this happened, this all were rights were have complete restriction. So fundamental rights is right of restriction, or it is just fundamental rights. Is it absolute or not, friend? Just think about it. Now let's talk about excise scheme and Delhi liquor policy. What is the case? What the thing behind going? So, friend, just tell me what is excise. So, friend, any kind of goods produced inside the boundary or inside the country, they put some kind of tax. It means excise tax. So, any kind of goods produced inside the country or in state, there is some kind of tax were put, and that's called excise tax. And this is also called excise scheme here. So you can see this image, try to understand why it is someone AAP leader and what the reason behind that. So friends, Delhi liquor policy, let's go a little back. Earlier, liquor controlled by state government of Delhi. So friend, after enacting Delhi liquor policy in 2021, 22, and meanwhile in 2022 it scraped. So what the situation in there, friend, I will explain here. Like what happened after 2021, the law were enacted. It means that private player enter into the producing or selling of liquor in the. So the allegation made by ED towards AAP that AAP only gave those one license who gives some kind of benefit or some kind of money or some kind of any kind of benefit to AAP. Thereafter, AAP gave them those liquor license. So mostly private player is here South groups, friends. South group are the group who got license to produce and sell liquor in Delhi. So this kind of thing, and also ED allegation towards AAP about that whatever the money earned from liquor or whatever the kind of license given to someone for to get some kickbacks or for the Goa and Punjab election. So the allegation of ED towards AAP about corruption, money laundering, and scam, and also Hawala transaction. So these were the allegations made by ED towards AAP leader, and the reason is that most of the private player also get benefit from the liquor policies and also and share the benefit to AAP leader. Now AAP leader said that whatever the earning made by this private player, they in kind of any kind of thing they donate to political parties, mostly NDA, by electoral bonds after the raid of CBI and ED. So this kind of allegation, friend. So for the sake of things, friend, what is Hawala transaction, friend? Let's suppose here is X and here is Y. It means X in Delhi or Y in Punjab. It means might be India or you can say in USA, the world. So what happened? X said to Y that I want to income money in kind of some land or in kind of stock market or any kind of activity, industry or any kind of thing to Y. Now, here is X money. You can call this is a money of X. This is money of Y. Now, X said to Y to invest some kind of money in land, in share market or any kind of industry corporate to Y. Y said, okay, fine, I will do that. And now Y donate his money or her money in this land or any kind of activities. Now X didn't transfer. You can see here the money, no movement of physical money. Physical money is not moving, but the Y due to the trust, because of the trust, Y donate this money, friend, and the same Y want the from the X do the same. It means there is no physical movement of physical transaction of money. The money goes from here thing. There is also some kind of thing, friends. Why have this trust, the Hawaii transaction mostly work on the trust factor, friend. So विश्वास पे work करता है. Now, So, friend, I hope you are well understood about this topic, and upcoming videos or upcoming topic I will cover. This where the topics like to make you more aware about the interlinked topic, and also, friend, Unlawful Activities Act is depend on your demand, or if you want unlawful full activities like a separate video, or also you want decriminalization of politics, I will make a separate video with the fact figure, and also I try to cover how political parties uh, gave candidates tickets to enter uh, the things. But there's something, friend. Here also, I'm trying to cover few things about you. But in upcoming videos, I want to give you some few facts about people 1959. So thank you so much, friend. Please watch, share, and subscribe. Thank you.